Thank you for tuning in to leaddeveloper.com, where we simplify complex property development feasibilities, investment analysis, and everything real estate. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, our Google Sheets-based feasibility suite streamlines the toughest aspects of real estate. Lead Developer Feasibility Suite is trusted by thousands in over 17 countries. Our tools cover everything from quick assessments to detailed cash flow projections and more. Sign up today at leaddeveloper.com for unlimited free access to our expanding library of real estate tools. No credit card needed. Plus, get full support through Edge with step-by-step guidance, exclusive courses, and resources designed for your success. Turn numbers into narratives that win over investors and lenders. Join Lead Developer now.
All right, so today we're going to be diving into tourism development.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, if you're thinking about starting a tourism project, we're going to break down this awesome article called How to Start a Tourism Development Project. An outline.
An outline. Good place to start.
Yeah, and we'll unpack things like figuring out what tourists want, the perfect location, and how to navigate that tricky money stuff.
Yeah, it's not just about building a hotel, right?
No, not at all. This article actually starts by saying that tourism development is all about boosting a location's tourism to make money to ultimately boost the GDP.
Right, which makes sense.
Yeah, it does, but then it dives into how complex these projects can be. It even mentions all the different people involved, like you got the government, city planners, tour operators, even environmentalists, and the public.
It's a lot of voices in the mix.
It is. So as a developer, you're almost like a conductor, right? Bringing all these different instruments together.
Definitely. You've got to get everyone on the same page. And that beautiful something better stand out, especially with how much global tourism has exploded.
Oh, for sure. Everyone wants to travel these days.
Yeah. Australia, for example, their tourism is booming, but it's put a real strain on their facilities. So there's a huge opportunity for developers who can create those really special, high-quality experiences.
Okay, so everyone wants to travel. They're looking for something special.
Yeah.
How do you even begin to figure out what that means for all these different types of people?
Well, the article breaks it down into 3 stages. First, you have to understand the market. Who are these tourists and what are they looking for?
Makes sense.
Right. Are they business travelers, leisure travelers, students on a cultural exchange? They all have different needs.
So you can't just build a one-size-fits-all tourist trap anymore.
No way. You got to tailor your development to their specific demands.
Yeah, you wouldn't build a family resort with water parks for a bunch of business executives.
Definitely not. The next stage is market analysis, which the article admits can be pretty challenging.
Yeah, how do you measure something as fickle as leisure preferences?
It's complex. You have to think about time constraints, demographics, resources, even transportation.
That's a lot to consider.
Right. And you have to look at both the effective current demand, what's happening now, and the latent demand.
Latent demand, what's that?
It's about uncovering those hidden desires, the unmet needs.
Ah, okay, so it's kind of like detective work.
Totally. You have to analyze trends, study your competitors, and anticipate how things like technology or lifestyle changes could impact travel.
Wow, okay, so you've got a handle on who your tourists are and what they might be looking for. Then what? Blueprints.
Almost. First, you got to ask, are they looking for a day trip, a weekend getaway, or a longer vacation? This changes the type of facilities you develop.
Oh, of course. A luxury spa resort wouldn't make much sense for a day tripper.
Yep.
Okay, I'm starting to get the picture. Now, can we get into the fun stuff, the actual tourist facilities?
Let's go. The article splits them into 2 categories, manufactured and natural. Manufactured is basically anything built. Hotels, resorts, entertainment centers, even golf courses.
Okay, and natural would be?
Things like beaches, mountains, national parks, the existing landscape.
Got it. So for the manufactured facilities, what kind of breakdown does the article give?
It starts with accommodations, hotels, motels, guest houses.
The usual suspects.
Right. But then it gets into hostels, caravan sites.
I can picture those Instagram-worthy caravans already.
Definitely. And then there are holiday apartments in villages, great for families or groups. And of course, casinos.
Ooh, casinos. High risk, high reward.
Exactly. Heavy regulation, but a big payoff for developers who get those licenses. The article also talks about entertainment centers with cinemas, restaurants, shops.
Yeah, I love those. They're great for different interests.
Right. Then you've got golf course estates, which can really increase the value of nearby real estate.
That's a good point. It's not just about the facility itself, but how it integrates with the area.
Totally. And then you have marina developments, which are appealing but need a lot of investment.
Makes sense.
And waterfront construction, which has become super popular. Those vibrant areas that combine commercial and tourist attractions.
Oh, like Darling Harbor in Sydney. Okay, so if I'm picturing myself as a developer, I'm wondering who decides what gets built and where.
Well, the article highlights the developer's role. They have to navigate the market demands, the resources, and all those stakeholders we talked about.
So they're kind of steering the ship.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the developer could be a private entity, a government body, or even a public-private partnership.
Okay, lots of options.
Right. And the article really stresses the importance of property development education for anyone wanting to do this.
It's not just about having a vision. You need to understand the process.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's say I've got the education, my vision, and a great team. What are some strategies to make these projects a success?
Well, the article suggests starting by getting a large piece of well-located land at a good price.
Location, location, location.
You got it. Once you have the land, you develop infrastructure and attractions to boost its value. Think a harbor, a golf course, maybe some shops and restaurants.
You're creating a destination.
Exactly. Then you can subdivide and sell off parcels for homes, chalets, or timeshares.
Ah, that's how you generate profit.
Right. Now, let's talk location. The article mentioned being close to major attractions, but also sustainability.
So not just building around temporary events like the Olympics.
Right. You need something that will last. Accessibility is key, too. Can people get there easily by road or air? Is there public transportation?
Transportation is definitely a big one. So perfect location, the money's in place, ready to build. What now?
Now the fun begins. Designing for success. The article says that means meeting market and investment needs, creating a great image, harmony with the environment, and achieving those social and economic goals.
Sounds like a lot to juggle.
It is, and there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Every location has its quirks, so you need to be creative.
So no cookie-cutter resorts.
Nope. Tailor your design to your audience, the location, and your project goals.
Okay, makes sense. So it's not just a pretty building, it's about the experience.
Exactly. And that brings us to another key thing. Understanding what tourists really want.
Lay it on me.
They want privacy, but also access to amenities. Relaxation, but maybe also some sports and entertainment.
Right, they want new experiences, but also the comforts of home.
It's a real balancing act, and that's what makes this so challenging but so rewarding, finding that sweet spot.
So how do you do that? What are some strategies?
Well, you got to focus on creating unique experiences that tap into why people travel. Often it's about escaping routine, relaxing, or exploring something new.
It's about crafting an overall experience.
Exactly. If you're catering to city dwellers, you might focus on relaxation and wellness facilities.
Or maybe nature-based tourism, like hiking trails, wildlife viewing, eco-friendly accommodations.
Great examples. And don't forget about cultural immersion. Tourists love to experience new cultures.
Yeah, incorporating local culture, offering cooking classes, partnering with local artisans, those are all good ideas.
Exactly. It's about being creative and making something that's both unique and genuine.
I love that. So we've covered the market, designing, creating experiences. What about the money side of things?
Ah, yes. The article spends a good chunk of time on the financial realities of tourism development.
Let's get down to business. What are some hurdles developers should be ready for?
Financing can be tough. Tourism projects are often seen as riskier, so banks might hesitate.
So a solid business plan is key.
Absolutely. You might also face stricter lending terms and higher interest rates. And you have to understand that tourism is cyclical.
You mean things like economic downturns, political instability, even natural disasters can affect things?
Exactly. You could be doing great one minute and then facing empty hotels the next.
So a contingency plan is a must.
Definitely. Plus, there's the huge initial investment. Land, infrastructure, construction, it all adds up.
And then there's the ongoing costs, staffing, maintenance, marketing.
It's high stakes, but for those who are willing to take the risk, the rewards can be huge.
The article mentioned the possibility of creating a monopoly.
Yeah, especially if you have a prime spot in a high-demand area. And for those with that entrepreneurial spirit, the financial gains can be significant.
But it's not all about money, is it? The article also talks about social and economic responsibility.
Right. Tourism can have a big impact on local communities, both good and bad. Developers need to be aware of that.
So it's not just about attracting tourists, it's about creating jobs, supporting local businesses, preserving the culture.
Exactly. Sustainable development is crucial.
We want to create destinations that people will enjoy for years to come.
Absolutely. And speaking of sustainability, the article mentions some innovative financing models that can help. We talked about time sharing and strata development before.
Yeah, time sharing is like buying a week of paradise. And with strata, you buy an actual unit.
Exactly. And we can unpack those more in part two. All right, let's unpack those innovative financing models, starting with time sharing. Instead of selling a whole property to one person, you divide it into smaller chunks of time.
Like weeks.
Exactly, usually weeks, and sell those off individually.
So you're basically buying a week of vacation, right? Like a beachfront condo for 1 week every year.
Yep. You pay a one-time price for that week, plus yearly fees. Good for people who want a vacation spot without the whole ownership thing.
I can see that. But how does this benefit developers?
Well, think about it. They can sell that same condo week after week to different buyers. More upfront cash flow, less reliance on a single buyer.
Ah, smart. Spreads the risk and the reward.
Right. And lenders are probably more comfortable with a project that already has buyers. Now, strata development is different. Investors buy individual units within a larger development, like a hotel or a resort.
So instead of just a week, you actually own a piece of the property.
Yeah, you're a full owner with a deed and everything, but a management company handles all the day-to-day stuff. Marketing, bookings, maintenance, even cleaning.
Oh, wow. So you get the perks of owning a vacation property without the hassle of managing it.
Exactly. It's attractive for investors who want a passive income stream, and for developers, it's another way to raise capital early on and minimize risk.
These are really interesting models. But even with all these strategies, it's important to remember that tourism isn't just about numbers and profits.
Oh, absolutely. It's easy to get lost in the business side, but we're creating experiences for people, memories that will last.
You're right. So how do we make sure we're building communities and benefiting the people who live and work in these places, and not just resorts?
That's the big question. The article emphasizes finding a balance between economic development and social responsibility, being mindful of the impact on communities and creating something that benefits everyone.
So attracting tourists, but also creating jobs, supporting local businesses, and preserving the culture.
Exactly. Sustainable development is key. Finding that sweet spot where tourism and a healthy community can thrive together.
And the article ends by highlighting some big names in tourism development. Donald Trump, Saul Kersner. They really built some iconic places.
Yeah, they did. They had this incredible vision, ambition, and that drive to push boundaries and create those over-the-top experiences.
Sounds like they knew what people wanted before they even knew it themselves.
Maybe. And they understood branding. Their resorts became symbols of luxury and escape.
But the article also says you don't need to be a billionaire to succeed in this field. So what qualities does an aspiring tourism developer need?
Well, it starts with a passion for the industry, curiosity about what makes people tick, and a willingness to learn and adapt.
That desire to create something special, something that brings joy to people.
Exactly. And you need to be resourceful, resilient, and never give up on your vision.
So if someone is feeling inspired, where do they start?
Immerse yourself in the world of tourism. Travel, explore, experience different types of places firsthand.
Talk to people, go to conferences, read up on it all.
Yeah, ask questions, find mentors, learn from those who've done it before.
Because it's all about learning, growing, and pushing yourself to create something amazing.
That's what makes it so rewarding, that constant challenge, that pursuit of excellence. It drives us to create experiences that have a lasting impact.
So to wrap up this deep dive, here are some final thoughts. Remember that tourism development is about creating a world that people want to escape to. A world that offers them unique experiences, genuine connections, and lasting memories.
Well said. It's about understanding your audience, their desires, and tailoring your development to meet their needs.
And being mindful of the impact on the community and the environment. Sustainability is crucial.
Absolutely. Projects should be profitable, but also socially and environmentally responsible.
And lastly, never underestimate the power of passion, vision, and entrepreneurial spirit.
That's what drives innovation and success in this field.
So that's our deep dive into tourism development. We covered a lot, from understanding the market to designing, financing, and crafting experiences.
We've looked at the challenges and the opportunities, the risks and the rewards.
Now, for part 3, I want to leave you with this. We've talked about the big names. But what about the unsung heroes? The people behind the scenes making the magic happen? Let's explore that next.
Okay, so we talked about those big names, the Trumps, the Kersners,
Right, the big guys.
Yeah, but what about all the other people working behind the scenes, making it all happen?
Oh, for sure. There are so many talented people involved,
Yeah.
like the architects and designers who create those amazing spaces,
Yeah.
the engineers who keep everything running smoothly,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, the construction crews who actually build it all.
It's a huge team effort.
It really is. And we can't forget about the people who interact with the tourists directly,
Right, like the hospitality staff.
Exactly. They provide that warm welcome and make sure everything runs smoothly. Yeah, they're the face of the whole operation.
And then you have the tour guides who share their knowledge and passion for the place,
Mm-hmm.
and the local artists and performers who showcase the culture.
It's about making those personal connections.
Absolutely. And then behind the scenes, you have marketing teams, financial analysts, sustainability experts.
Wow, it's a lot more complex than people realize.
It really is. And I think it's important to remember all those contributions, from the developer to the housekeeper. Everyone plays a part.
To all those unsung heroes, we salute you.
Absolutely. And if you're listening and thinking about a career in this, there are so many ways to get involved.
Yeah, whether it's design,
Yeah.
hospitality, sustainability, marketing, finance, whatever you're passionate about.
There's a place for you.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into tourism development, I want to leave you with this.
Okay, yeah.
We've talked about a lot today: understanding the market, designing for success, financing those big dreams. We talked about the importance of creating unique experiences, building the right team, being mindful of the impact on the community and the environment.
All crucial aspects.
And we highlighted the amazing work of all the people who make the magic of tourism happen.
So what's the takeaway?
Well, go out there, explore, dream big, and create something extraordinary.
Yeah, the world is waiting to be discovered in new and exciting ways. Who knows, maybe you'll be shaping the future of tourism.
That's it for this deep dive. Thanks for joining us.
Safe travels, everyone.